YouTube, what's going on? My name is Kevin the Tech Ninja, and today I'm going to talk about why I am passing on the Nexus 9. Before I begin, let me clear the air about a couple things, because reading the comments on my Nexus 6 rant video, a lot of people don't understand something. So let me break something down to you like this. I'm a big Android fan. I'm a Google fan. Some maybe call me a fanboy. I work for an Android website, and this is pretty much my daily life evolves around Android and technology. With that being said, if you think about it this way, you'd understand where I'm coming from. So if you're a parent of a child and you love your child so much and you know what they're capable of, and yet they're messing up in school, they're talking back, they're not eating their vegetables, whatever it may be, you will get upset. And you have the right to say something. Well, obviously Google isn't my child, but I've been around with Google far enough to feel like I have something to say, or I have some cachet, if you will, to speak up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm speaking up on a couple things that I don't like. The Nexus 6 is still a great product. The phone's fantastic. It's fast, great battery life. You've heard the reviews. I'm not going to re-review it. You've heard the reviews. It's a great phone. Fantastic phone. Okay? But today I'm talking about the Nexus 9 and the decisions that Google made on the Nexus 9, which actually could ruin the tablet. So let's begin. The number one thing that I want to talk about the Nexus 9 is that the maker is HTC. Now, when I heard that the Nexus 9 was being developed by HTC, I was excited because HTC has historically made beautiful products. I mean, the HTC M8 is one of the best looking phones I've used in my life. So yeah, but the thing that worried me about HTC is that they're not known for tablets. Like, what's the last HTC tablet that was any good? I can't remember. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to leave a comment and tell me, this tablet was so great. Yeah, but no one remembers it and no one cares right now, because HTC has not made a memorable tablet in so long. And that worried me a little bit, because you're going to an untested OEM to make this device. Regardless though, looking at the specs, this thing is a powerhouse. I'm not going to read the specs off to you and bore you with it. You guys know what it is already. But the K1 processor, when they just announced it, I was in awe. And, a buddy of mine, Steve, he always tells me that, mobile devices will catch up to current generation consoles. And the K1 chip is the closest thing to it. I mean, if you've seen the videos, the thing looks phenomenal. It looks almost like Xbox 360. So that's going to be in the tablet, and I was getting pumped about it. The NVIDIA Shield came out, which I believe, I was wrong, correct me, but the NVIDIA tablet came out, and that was one of the first K1 chipped devices. Could be the first or one of the first K1 chip devices. And gaming on that thing is butter. I mean, have you guys played with it yet? That thing is butter. Gaming on it is fantastic. And we all know the NVIDIA Shield is made for gaming. It's really just a gaming thing that runs on Android. So games ran fantastic. I mean, you are honestly hitting the higher frames per second, and games that are tuned for NVIDIA Shield run very, very well. The K1 chip's on board. Pumped, right? 2 gigabytes of RAM. Not too happy about that, to be honest, because it seems like a lot of devices are now coming with 3 gigabytes on board. And for a tablet, I think of a tablet as like a desktop, and a phone is like a laptop in the sense of specs. I think my tablet should have more power than my phone, because when I grab my tablet, I'm like, you know what, it's time to put in some work. It's time for some real gaming, you know what I mean? So when I had 2 gigabytes of RAM, wasn't too happy. The onboard memory is what it is. It's a Nexus. They're not going to include SD storage, so let it go. They're driving their cloud services, play music, drive. They're pushing that. You're not going to get an SD card on a Nexus device, so let it go. Let it go like Frozen. Let it go. On paper, the specs are great. Now, when I had a chance to play with it, I was actually blown away. I was happy with it. Yes, I was happy with it. I know people think I don't like anything, but I was happy with it. It was cool. It felt nice in the hand. But one thing that I recognized quickly was that it's a 4:3 ratio and not 16:9. Now, The thing is, why would you remove a feature that made yours better than the competition? Because the iPad is 4:3. And it bothers me when you're watching it bothers me when you're watching widescreen content on this device and it goes to letterbox. Like, this thing is huge. Why would I want to remove some screen real estate? I don't understand that. And then when you do zoom in, you will miss things on the side of the video because obviously you're cropping it. So they went to 4:3 ratio. Now I know what you're gonna say, oh my God, Kevin, 4:3 is easier to hold. Yeah, it might be easier to hold. But I don't know many people holding their 9-inch tablet with one hand for an extended amount of time. And that 4:3 ratio may technically be better, but 16:9 looks better and it's more appeasing to the eye. The Nexus 7 was 16:9, and the Nexus 10 was 16:10, I believe, maybe? I think so. Yeah. But beyond that, that is what makes this device nice, in my opinion. 16:9 ratio, widescreen format, feels like you're at the IMAX. Feels like you're at a real movie theater and you're watching a movie in your hand, not crappy letterbox. I mean, my monitor right here, 16:9 or it's 16:10. When I watch something on there, it fills up the whole screen. Okay? So that's one thing I want to talk about, is that the 4:3 ratio, which in my opinion, it's a bummer. Most people wouldn't bother them, but that's something that bothers me about it. All right. Number 2, the battery life. I know, battery life is subjective depending on how you use it. I get it. But after 2 days of having the device and not even installing a lot of applications, people are saying they're getting 6 to 7 hours of battery life. Its predecessor, the Nexus 7, battery life is double that, if not triple that. Okay? The Nexus 10 is almost double that. So your latest and greatest went back a step. The thing is, when you get something new and you make a new product, you shouldn't go backwards in some things. So the battery life doesn't last as long. That kind of sucks, man. Because if I have this sweet device in my hand, crazy resolution, beautiful screen, I'll get on that shortly, beautiful screen, and yet the battery life is poor. Now for a tablet, that's something I don't want to plug in at work. I'll plug it in at night when I get home. That's fine. But if I'm out and about through my day, I don't want to plug that thing in. I don't want to go to a Starbucks and be browsing on my laptop and browsing on my tablet and have to plug that bad boy in. Because you're turning into a wall hugger. You know what I mean? My phone shouldn't last longer than my tablet. My phone lasts 16, 17 hours. That should not outdo my tablet. I don't care. My phone has a constant radio that's always going on and on. My tablet just has Wi-Fi. So that could be fixed during updates. I get that. It could be fixed. But today, the way it's shipped to customers, the way customers are receiving this product, it is that way, and that's a problem. Oh, but it's first gen. You should understand that, yeah, first gen may have bugs. But this should not leave the warehouse knowing that people are going to experience these bad battery issues. I mean, it's getting to the point where it feels like when you buy a Google product, you're beta testing for everyone else. And that kind of sucks sometimes. You know what I mean? I want to buy something day one and know this is going to be a stellar product and I feel confident using it. Now we're hearing about screen leakage issues where the screen brightness is leaking out a little bit. So you just don't have a flush screen. There's like kind of a gap between the screen and the bezel and some light comes out of it. Now that could be a hardware issue down the line and that could be something fixed with the second version of it. But it's just like, it's sloppy. For $400, you should get something better than that. You shouldn't have sloppy work. Now I'm sure revision 2 will be much better and this video can go away. As it is today, that sucks. That sucks. And one more thing. How the heck after you sell this product, the day after it goes on sale for 50% off for one day? That's a slap in the face to people that bought it for full price. Seriously. If I just spent $450 or whatever it is on this brand new tablet and then it goes on sale 50% off for one day? What? Come on now. As always, guys, my name is Kevin the Tech Ninja. Make sure you leave your comments down below and subscribe to my channel for more great videos and giveaways. Bring on the hate. I got my flame suit on. Peace.